Hello students, good morning. Now after completing our chapter number 6, let's continue chapter number 7, that is programming in Visual Basic. This is the first part of chapter number 7. After completing our chapter number 6, we have completed 6 chapters, that is from chapter number 1 to chapter number 6. And this is the first part of chapter number 7, and the topic of this chapter is programming in Visual Basic. You all know the introduction to Visual Basic we have already seen in the last class. So let's continue with this programming basics, that is programming in Visual Basic, how we can do programming in Visual Basics. Now let's see here. This is the chapter number 7, that is programming in Visual Basic. Now in this chapter we are going to learn about different data types. Now what are data types? This also we are going to learn, and what are the different data types. This we are going to see in this chapter. And the Visual Basic operators. What are the operators in Visual Basic? Then how to declare variable and constraints with the help of dim statement. Now using this dim statement, how to declare variables and constraints, what are variables and what are constraints, this also we are going to study. Then how to concatenate two strings, that is how to combine, how to join two strings, these also we are going to learn. And the if then statements, if then else statement, and for next statements, these all we are going to study in this chapter number 7, programming in Visual Basic. And using message box and input box functions, using message box and input box function, this also we are going to learn. Now let's start our chapter here. Now in the previous lesson, that is in lesson number 6, that is on chapter number 6, okay, we have learned that Visual Basic, that is VB, is a user-friendly object-oriented language. You learn to add controls to a form in Visual Basic and change their properties. You also know that there are two views of each Visual Basic application. The first one is a design view and the next one is a code view, in which in the design view you design the form by placing various controls and setting their properties, and the code view where you write program codes. Okay, this is the design view where you design by placing various controls by setting their properties, and the code view, in here you write the program codes to run various events in the application. Now in this chapter number 7, we are going to learn about programming features of Visual Basics. What are the programming features, how we can do programming in Visual Basics, this we are going to study in this chapter. Now Visual Basic data types, as I told you here in the here there is different data types. Now let's see here Visual Basic data types. In Visual Basic, like in other computer languages, data is divided into two categories. First one is numeric data types and the second one is non-numeric data types. Now numeric data types are about numbers and their calculations, where non-numeric data types are about data that cannot be used in mathematical calculations. These data type is in the form of text and messages. Now what is the first one? The first one is a numeric data types, which include calculations and numbers. Okay, and the next one is a non-numeric data types that cannot be used in mathematical calculation. This non-numeric, as the name itself defines that it's non-numeric, that is it cannot be used in mathematical calculations. Okay, this data type is in the form of text and messages. It will be used in the form of text as well as messages. Okay, Visual Basic, there are two types of data types. The first one is numeric data type, the second one is non-numeric data types. And as we have learned in the previous chapter, okay, in Visual Basic application you have two views, that is the first one is design view and the second one is code view. Got it? I hope you have understood till here. Now let's go to the next page here. Now table 1 shows different data type, different types of data for each category, different data types. Now here first one, data type category. The first one is numeric here. The second one is non-numeric here. Now let's see in this table here. Data type, a byte, integer, long, single, double, then currency, decimal. Okay, these are all data types. Then the storage occupied is also written here. You can study this table number 1, different data types, and you can understand yourself. It's very easy here. Range of data from 0 to 255. So for byte, it stores about 1 byte. Integer, it stores 2 byte. Long integer, it stores 4 bytes. Then single integer 4 bytes. Double integer 8 bytes. Currency 8 bytes. Decimal 12 bytes. Or these are the range. Okay, range of values given here. You can study from this table here. And for non-numeric, there is string, fixed length of string 1 to 65,400 characters. String variable length, it is fixed length. Okay, this is variable length, that is length plus 10 byte, that is 0 to 2 billion characters. Okay, it ranges from 0 to 2 billion characters, and it ranges from 1 to 65,400 characters. That, when you write that also, it occupies 8 bytes. That is 1st January, 100 to 31st December 9999. Boolean, that is, it occupies 2 bytes. Okay, it results in true or false. Boolean means what? It has 2 bits, that is 0 and 1. Okay, these are of the non-numeric. Sorry. Now, after this, managing variables. You learn the concept of variable in QBasic. We have done QBasic programming. In there, we have learned the concept of variable. Variable stored data. You can save text or number in a variable. In a variable, you can save either text or number. For example, you can have one variable that holds text hello world. Okay, you can save the text hello world in a variable, and yet another variable that holds the number 568.35. Either we can use both these numbers and in variable you can save both these text as well as the numbers. Every variable is given a name, and every variable we should give a name to every variable. Okay. Now, in this, what we have learned that a variable can save, okay, can hold text or number, okay, and every variable is given a name. Okay, managing variables. Now let's go to the next page. While naming the variable, we must follow these general rules. Now there are some certain rules which we need to follow for naming a variable. Now what are those? Let's see here. And now these I may ask in the exam also. Okay. Now what are the general rules we should follow while naming the variable? And I can give 2 marks, then you have to write only 2 points. Or if I give 3 marks, you have to write 3 points. If I give 4 marks, you have to write all these 4 points. Okay. While naming the variable, we must follow these general rules. The name should be less than 255 characters long. While naming a variable, we must follow these general rules. That is, the name should be less than 255 characters long. There should not be no spacing in a variable name. We should not give any space. We should not give any space in a variable. A space also counts a character. Okay, a space, a blank space, a white space, or a blank space also counts as a one character. If you give one space or one blank space or one white space, it counts as a one character. Okay, so there should be no spacing in a variable name. The name should not begin with a number, and the variable name should not begin with a number. Okay, period or dot, or we can call it as in general we call it as full stop. In English also you must be studying full stop. Okay, dot or period is not allowed within a variable. Okay, naming with a dot is not allowed in a variable. These 4 points we must keep in mind while naming a variable. Okay, now before doing programming in Visual Basic, you should understand these basic things. Okay, these are the basic things you will be needing. Okay, while writing the programming codes in Visual Basic. So first of all, you have to understand what are data types, what are the two data types, non-numeric, numeric, then variable. Now while naming the variable, so variable, in a variable we can save, or we can, like, a variable can hold a text as well as a number also. And while a variable should have a name, and while naming a variable, you should understand these 4 points. That is, the name of the variable should be less than 255 characters long, and there should not be any space between a variable name, and the variable name should not begin with a number. Sorry, and period or dot, or we call it as full stop in general, it is not allowed in a variable name. Okay, table 2 shows of valid and invalid variables. Now here, to make you more understand, some examples of variable names are given here. Some valid examples as well as invalid examples is given here. You cannot put a period dot in a variable. Now let's see here, let's understand this table given in table number 2, examples of variable names. Now variable name, the first one, first underscore, the symbol here is known as underscore, first underscore num. Now it is valid. Okay, there is no space here, and it does not start with a number also, and a period or dot is not here, is not given here, and it is less than 255 characters. Okay, so it is valid. Now the second one, first dot num, or first period num, or dot num, first dot num. Now this dot is not allowed in a variable name, so it is invalid. Period or dot not allowed. Now one day. Now we must not start the variable name with a number. Got my point? So it is invalid. Must not start with a number. A variable name cannot be start with a number, so it is invalid. Now day one, yes, we can write day one. It may be text or a number or a mixture of text and number. Okay, day one is a, here we have both text as well as number, but it doesn't start with a number, so it is valid. Now date of birth. Now date, one space is given here, one white space, of, then another white space, then birth. It is invalid because spaces are not allowed while naming a variable. So what happened? It is, then variable name here is invalid. Now we can write like this. Instead of writing date of birth with a white space, you can write like this: date underscore of underscore birth. It is valid. And date of birth, it is also valid without giving any space or without giving any underscore. We just write like this without giving any gap. Date of birth, it is also valid. Okay, these are how we name a variable. Then after this, declaring variables. Now we know how to name a variable and what is a variable also we have known, and what we can save and what we can hold, what it can hold, that is a variable can hold, that we have understood. Now after that, now let's see here, the next topic is declaring variables. Now how we can declare variables? As I told you in the starting of the chapter, we have to declare variables using a dim statement. Okay, in Visual Basic 2008, you need to declare the variables before using them by assigning names and their data types. Now data types also we have already done, numeric, non-numeric, and assigning names, that is a variable names. How to give names to a variable, what are the valid and invalid variable names also we have just studied. So what we have to do before using a variable, we have to first declare the variable. Okay, if you fail to do so, if you don't, or if you do not declare the variables, by assigning some name or data types, then the program will show an error. The program will compulsorily, okay, if your program will definitely show an error. They are declared in the codes window using the dim statement. They are declared in the codes window using the dim statement. The syntax of dim statement is as follows. Dim variable name will be given as data type. Data type you have to write. Now for example, dim stud name, that is student's name, as string. Student name will be given in text, so it is written as string. Now dim roll number as integer, because roll number we have to write, we don't write text here, we will write the number here, numerical. So we are declaring roll number as integer and the student name as string. Now dim date of birth as date. Date of birth it will be given in the date format only, so it will be declared as date. You can also combine individual dim statement in one line. Now individual dim statement, that is student name, roll number, date of birth. Now individual dim statement, there are 3 individual dim statement here. Now you can combine these in one, also in one line, separating each with a comma. If you want to write these 3 statements in one line, you can write in one line by separating with a comma. Like the example, dim stud name, that is student name, as string, comma, roll number as integer, date of birth as date format. Okay, this is how we declare a variable. Now we know a variable and the data types. Then after that we know how to declare a variable also, as a string, as an integer, as a date, that is in the date format. Now after that, now let's see the next topic. There is the arithmetic operators in Visual Basic. For doing mathematical calculations in Visual Basic, the arithmetic operators as shown in table number 3 are used. For arithmetic operators in Visual Basic, what are the arithmetic operators we are using for doing mathematical calculation in Visual Basic? Let's see here, the arithmetic operators is shown in table number 3 here. Now it is table number 3. Now arithmetic operators in Visual Basic. Now mathematical functions is given here, example is also given here. These are the operators. Now let's see here. I think we have already done these mathematical operators and all those things in already in previous year. There is in your class 7. We have already learned these arithmetic operators and mathematical function also, and how to do the calculations also. I think we have already learned in the previous class, that is in class 7. Now let's remind it again. Now what is this operator called? This is called caret. C-A-R-E-T, caret. Okay, and this symbol is used for exponential, that is for exponential power. Okay, in your usual mathematics you can call it as power, 3 to the power 3, that is 3 cube. Okay, in other words you can call it as 3 to the power 3 or 3 raised to 3 or 3 cube. Now what is the value of 3 cube? 3 cube is 27, that is 3 3 is 9, 9 3 is 27, right? Now 3 you have to multiply 3 times, that is 27. Now this is a symbol for exponential, that is this caret symbol is used for exponent. Then what is this? This is not a dot, okay, this is asterisk. This symbol is known as asterisk. I'll zoom it a little, okay, so that you can see clearly. Now here it appears like a dot, okay, but it is not a dot, it is an asterisk, a star symbol, okay. A star symbol, and this star symbol is known as asterisk in computer. A-S-T-E-R-I-S-K, asterisk. This symbol is known as asterisk. This symbol asterisk is used for multiplication, that is for multiplying. That is 5 asterisk 6, that is 5 into 6 equal to 5 6 are 30. The result here is 30. The answer is. Now this is known as asterisk. This is known as caret. Now this is known as forward slash. Now don't make any confusion between the forward slash and the backslash. This is forward slash and this is backslash. The forward slash is used for division. That is 10 divided by 5, you got 2. That is 5 2 are 10. Okay. The answer is 10 divided by 2 equal to 2. The quotient you got here. Okay, 10 is the dividend, 5 is the divisor, and 2 is the quotient. The remainder is 0, so we don't write the remainder here. Now, what about this MOD? Mod is modulus. Return the remainder from an integer division. Now, the result for this mod will not be the quotient. Now, the division for this division symbol, the forward slash, the answer will be the quotient. But in here mod, if you use mod instead of division sign, that is the forward slash, if you use this mod, okay, now listen carefully, if you use this mod, the answer will be the remainder, not the quotient. The answer will be the remainder and not the quotient. Okay, modulus, return the remainder from an integer division, that is 25 mod 3, that is 25 is a dividend, mod 3 is the divisor. 25 divided by 3. Now 2 8 are 24, right? 2 8 are 24. So 25 minus 24 will be 1. So 1 is the remainder. But the quotient is 8, right? 3 8 are 24. The quotient is 8. So it will, if you use this mod operator, the answer will not be the quotient, but it will be the remainder here. That is, remainder is 1. If you use this forward slash for division, then the answer will be the quotient. We neglect the remainder here. The answer will be the quotient here. But if you want to use the remainder instead of quotient, you have to use this mod operator. If you use this mod operator, the answer will be the remainder, but not the quotient. Remainder and not the quotient. Okay. So 25 divided by 25 mod 3. That is 25 divided by 3 is 25 is a dividend, 3 is a divisor, and the quotient is 3 8 are 24. Okay, 3 7 are 27, so 27 is bigger, so we'll take 3 8 are 24. So 25 minus 24, the remainder will be 1, and the answer is also 1. The quotient is 8, but the answer is remainder, that is 1. Got it? I hope you understood how to use this mod operator. Then the next is the backslash, integer division. Discuss the decimal places. Now it will discard the decimal places and it will take only the whole number. The decimal places it will discard and it will take only the number, okay, not the fraction. That is 23 divided by 2. Then you will discard the in simple terms, let's say we'll discard the remainder here and you will take only the quotient. That is 23 divided by 2. That is 2 1 is 2 and 2 1 is 2. 1 is the remainder. We'll neglect the remainder 1 here. Okay, and we'll take only the quotient, that is 11 here. For this, by using this backslash. This is also division, this is also division, and this is also division. Okay, we'll neglect the decimal places. That is, and if you multiply these, then we can get here 11.5. Now 0.5 is the decimal place, right? 0.5 is in decimal place, so we will neglect the decimal places. We'll take only the whole number here, that is 11. Now plus or, now this symbol is plus, or this symbol is ampersand. String concatenation. Concatenation means what? To combine, to join two strings. Okay, we'll use this plus sign or this ampersand. This N symbol is called ampersand in computer. AMPERSAND, ampersand in computer. String concatenation, that is to combine or to join two strings, we use this ampersand or plus sign. Module plus public publications. Madhuban, it will be in double quotes here, double inverted comma. We call it as double quote, plus publications in double quote. So plus symbol is given here, or you can write this ampersand also. Madhuban plus publication equal to, will become in one string, that is Madhuban publications, like this. I hope you understood how to use these operators in mathematical functions in Visual Basic. Okay, the examples I have already explained the examples also, and I have explained I've told you the name of these operators also. Once again, I'm telling you the operators. The operator for this exponent, that is power, is we use this symbol, that is this symbol is known as caret, and for multiplication we use this asterisk symbol, and for simple division we use this forward slash, and for getting the remainder division we use this modulus, that is mod, mod, we write this mod, and for discarding the decimal values or the remainder and to take only the quotient or the whole number, we use this backslash, and for concatenating two strings we use this plus sign or this ampersand. Okay, now these assigning values to variables, now let's do this in the next class. Okay, so then for today let's wind up our class here. Okay, all of you stay home, stay safe and stay healthy.